Hey, Crown Content Publications followers, viewers, and supporters. Thank you for tuning in to another segment with the Crown Content Publications Services YouTube channel where publishing and marketing do meet, of course. This is where you can find inspirational stories and just segments, facts, and tips for the entrepreneur. Today's date marks April 7, 2022. Why do we find the work that we do so significant outside of helping authors and freelancers all together? We saw up close and personal. I'm sure we all did, but how easily discouraged small businesses were becoming. Entrepreneurs predominantly, because it's not easy to just keep up with the effects of something like a pandemic. Okay, so we have we striven greatly to pick our bootstraps up by the heel and keep it pushing and moving, because we are our team of freelancers are very, very dedicated to our work as writers, as formatters, as graphic designers. Just for you guys out there who may need some encouragement, need some help, need some support, need a team on your side to help keep your business running. Okay, you can be a chef, you can be a carpet cleaner. I'm saying we offer those essential tools on the side of business. We might be able to help you with some promotion, some marketing, some business strategies that help keep your business not just essential but also in demand during the pandemic. Okay, how do we do these things, right? We connected with people that have been in business many years, mentors, also a lot of our own personal experiences and things we had to learn along our journeys. So when I tell you I'm so grateful that YouTube lets me pause videos and start back where I need to, because the reason I just paused a second ago, when the magic girls call, when the terrific Fantastic 3 call, I have to pause and see what's going on. So anyways, guys, if you saw the title of this segment, it is called, I don't know if I gave a website. I try to get my website out at the beginning of each segment, but it is www.contentcrownpublications.com, and this is where you can find those list of services before you even book a consultation that you might be interested in for your business. Okay, I did a segment previously, I think last week, because this is another one of them things that's just been burning. It'll cause you to become a writer, because people silence about stuff. They silent about the wrong things to me, but they talk too much about what they shouldn't even be speaking on. But I'm finna get to that. This segment is titled domestic violence pattern causes part 2. Okay, you can go back and check out part one, but part 1 was mostly me venting and when it comes to the cause and the protection of women. I also, on my personal opinion segment about Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, people get it mixed up. I didn't get on there to give my opinion about whether he was right or wrong. I used what happened to explain and to bring up the fact that in the black community, we have a lot of work to do when it comes to the protection of our women and children. So thank you for clicking on this segment. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe so you can keep up with more videos like this soon. And if you don't subscribe, it doesn't make you a part of the problem, but why wouldn't you want to begin to raise awareness about domestic violence? See, I know that I covered autism and stuff earlier this week, because it is Autism Awareness Month, National Poetry Awareness Month. But see, domestic violence has its awareness month too, but this stuff is getting so out of control. I'm not about to wait till October later on in the year to speak up about what I feel like is the, if you saw the title, the pattern cause. One thing about a pattern, once you can throw one wrench in a pattern, right? I call it a wrench for a reason, because this actually needs to start happening, but it's crazy. It's no longer a pattern. It might look a little similar, but it's no longer that same pattern because you just threw another, like if it's a pattern of numbers and you put another number, 3 other numbers that had nothing to do with those numbers in it, it breaks that pattern. If it was a pattern of colors, you put another color in it, it breaks that pattern of colors. So some patterns are good, especially when you are teaching a young child or a person the essential value of a certain pattern. But we should know by now, it is April 7, 2022, that this pattern right here is very unhealthy. First of all, for society as a whole. Secondly, for the future, because y'all, this is not to target men out there because domestic violence goes both ways. I call this segment the cause of the patterns. Something like the root of what keeps this pattern going. Okay? So, I just want to make sure, I know it's levels to patterns. It's levels to the causes of these patterns. But I left off on saying there are healthy and unhealthy patterns. Why does this affect the future? I'm not attacking men. But guys, you don't make babies by yourself. And ladies, I'm finna talk to y'all next. But guys, you don't make babies by yourself. You yourself came into this world because 2 people came together. Now, whether they were able to get along long enough to raise you together is another story. But 2 people came together for you to have the life that you have today. Man or woman out there. 2 people came together, whether it was the egg fertilization process, adoption, somebody. Even adoption is not the same as the birthing process. Either way, the babies in orphanages got here through 2 people coming together. That's exactly how I would like to start this, because we're talking about patterns. Since the beginning of society, the only way that a baby got into this world is by 2 people coming together. Y'all thought y'all already done spoke on the patterns of domestic violence causes, but you haven't. What you do is you speak down on the man and the woman that came together. It has a lot to do with it, because see, when you're talking about a pattern, you got that man's hereditary genes being passed down, and then you got that woman's hereditary genes being passed down. So if you're not really talking about the pattern and you're calling yourself a domestic violence advocate, it's time to hush, because this is deep. If that man's bloodline consisted of birth defects or health effects, mental health effects, that's just a man. And then plus whatever was in the woman bloodline, y'all can't sit here and tell me that y'all sit and discuss bloodlines before you get into bed and start making babies. Don't worry though, because your parents didn't do it, their parents didn't do it, their parents didn't do it. But what if I told you there was a time where bloodlines mattered before you even made a baby? Cultures and heritage mattered once upon a time. We're talking about domestic violence patterns. What causes them? Domestic violence, not the healthy side of pattern relationships. Because we know if a young child is raised in a household where there was a healthy mother, a healthy father, healthy family support, maybe 9 times out of 10 that baby will grow up healthy. And so I'm tired of people saying that too, because I done seen people be raised in healthy homes and still turn out a certain way, or raised a certain way, but they still choose their own path. So to me, this is deeper than what a child saw when they grew up, but it does play a big part in how patterns begin. Patterns begin because I'm gonna start with this bloodline deal. I can't help if I'm born with bipolarness, if bipolarness ran through daddy's side of the bloodline, with me probably on both sides. It is what it is. But if I keep the pattern going of making babies with men who don't even understand the effects and the cycles of mental health, that's not going to fix the problem. Domestic violence pattern causes, okay? Then whatever happened in society, we begin to teach our young men that being a man is being a player. Being a man is how many women he can screw around with and make babies with before he becomes a man. Y'all got this thing all. This is what I've been observing. I'm only 30 years old. 30 years is a long time to be observing something though, like domestic violence patterns. Even the psychological opinions, therapeutic opinions, scientific opinions, and spiritual opinions. Okay, I've been studying something. When people ride down the street and they see a lady at a bus stop being like slapped around, beat up, this is a pattern too. I noticed there's those, and it is majority, they just ride on by. They walk on by. Hey, that ain't my business. And then there be those that like, here lately, more lately, probably in the past 10 years of society, because people have see how many lives are actually lost through these type of patterns. They don't have to know you. A man will jump out his car and jump on that man for that woman. A woman will jump out her car and jump on a woman for that man. A sister will pull up for that man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, she don't want her brother having to put his hands on or cuss out or just step out of character as a man behind a woman. You know, I'm not saying that's right, but some men have gotten to the point they are more willing to call a woman into that, you know what I'm saying, dispute or something, so it doesn't have to elevate to. Don't y'all think maybe the police are tired? I don't know. It's a question to ask ourselves. Maybe they tired of getting calls about people who chose to come together through free will choice, and they can't see eye to eye, and it get to the point of violence. Yeah, that's what this is called, domestic violence. Not just, you know, it's healthy to have disagreements and arguments in a relationship. But the reason, let me tell y'all where domestic comes from when they call it domestic violence. Domestic is something you're very familiar with. A relationship you're familiar with. Husband, wife, sister, brother, cousin, baby, daddy, baby. It's domestic. Best friend, you know, that's domestic. It's levels to assault. It's levels to murder cases. Was the woman you took out of her something to you? Oh yeah, your punishment might be a little more serious, you know, because you could have took precautions to get away. You could have took precautions to cut off communication. You could have took precautions to raise, I don't know, just like take a different route in life. And then some out there believe there is no other option. That's a pattern too. Getting stuck in a place of your mind and heart where you have to go through domestic violence. I'm going to tell y'all something else that's a pattern. When people break free from these type of situations and circumstances, this is a pattern that's going on. People who get angry. Exes that get angry. Y'all, a lot of the women, I said it on Domestic Violence Cause Patterns Part 1. See, I always think a woman is in that situation because she kept running back to it. I'm gonna prove some things in my own life too. What if she get far away from it? It's already women that's proving it, but I'm just saying it because I'm a big advocate. What if she literally wash her hands with the situation, brush her shoulders off with the situation, move far across the world? Then this is when this pattern begins to get exposed. This part of the domestic violence cause. There is somebody, either in that man or woman family, somebody that was close to her that really didn't want to see her break free. It's a terrible, disgusting pattern. It's like I feel like a mama out here when it comes to this subject. And then my heart goes out to those, because I was one of those who, after the 8th chance, after the 7th chance, after the 6th chance, and these people showed you all the chance, Every chance you gave them, they showed you their true colors. Actually, it got deeper and deeper every time you went back. Every time you trusted them again. Every time you gave them a piece of you that you really didn't have to give. But see, y'all don't understand something about domestic violence victims. This is how the pattern keeps going. We talk about domestic violence awareness. What are y'all making people aware of if you're not talking about why the pattern itself exists? Why? See, it's deeper than, oh, she didn't get to know him, he didn't get to know her. Y'all know these snakes these wolves, sheep. I know they come in sheep clothing, but the clothing is getting whiter and whiter. Y'all know how a sheep's wool is white. They making sure that wool is you know what I'm saying, spotless. It's still a wolf, but they're getting more strategic in making sure you don't ever find out that. If I'm lying, y'all, the last story I saw, actually, I don't know where this happened at. Y'all can go look it up. You just type in the little bit I'm finna say, it's gonna pop up because it just happened recently. And every time I heard, because a life, once it's gone, it can't be brought back. But they'll give these families money and these women be mothers. Some of y'all out here with the nerve to abuse people, either emotionally, verbally. Yeah, verbally is just doing this right here. Doing this right here. They this B word, they this N word, they this, they that. That's verbally abusing somebody. Some of y'all out there verbally abusing your own children as early as the age of 5, 6, 7, 8. These are patterns that we're going to have to begin breaking out here. If we really care about the woman we just rolled down the street, we just passed by seeing get beat up. You know, number one. Okay, let me stay on topic here. All that talking. Y'all know talking is a spirit too. Y'all out here calling yourselves spiritualists, herbalists, spiritual workers, spiritual intuitive and all this, right? You cook up every herb, you can see everything in the tarot cards, right? But you can't see that talking itself has killed people out here. Talking, like verbal abuse. Talking too much. Once I started off the segment saying we talking people into death is stupid. You making them feel less than they self with your words. You making them feel like they did something wrong with your words. Okay. So you don't even need a weapon no more. You done said something that sparked off somebody that you knew already didn't like her or him. You're not helping the pattern cause. Some of y'all, I'm really concerned. It's like you don't call it domestic violence. You call it drama, and because it's drama, you'll play like you really don't like drama, but you the first one running to it. You play like it affected you when you saw that man slap that woman, hit her in her face right in front of you, drag her downstairs. You play like you concerned about a man like that being in the course of women at all. But when it all hit the fan, you one of them ones just talking. You didn't open your door to that woman. You didn't ask her if she can use a property, if she can use you co-signing something for her, if she could use some transportation support so she don't have to call him no more, if she can use some child care support so she don't have to depend on that man's family. I could have brought my journal in here, but I don't have it right now. That's cool. I'm gonna let y'all go do the statistics. Really look up how many more domestic violence murders have happened just in the past 2 years. And yes, this is 2022. Cause see, it's time. Y'all been speaking up about it, but it's time for somebody to talk about this in a real way. Why would statistics be going up? More people is cool with drama. More people is cool with just turning their head a blind eye to the neighbor getting her butt whooped next door. My neighbors didn't. I'm not saying my butt was getting whooped either. But even any loud occurrences they was hearing, because of how I carried myself in integrity before that situation even came to it. They knew me before that situation even came to that. And it was such a shame. The people that really do care, they be like, man, that's like a whole downgrade. Sis was like up here. Sis was up here. Sis is beautiful. They think these things. They'll call Child Protective Services over there. They'll call police to go check on things. But see, we talking about the pattern causes. How people still be hurt. That they feel like wasn't no help there for them. So now, when they see somebody going through it, let's talk about that. Why do y'all do that? Why do y'all pull y'all cameras out and record it before I ain't gonna say jump in it and get involved? And to authorities out there, when do we raise the level of discipline of I'm talking about when it comes to assault? Y'all gonna stop with these slap on the wrist hand charges? Like, people, women and children are dying. It's not cancer. It's not the pandemic. It's hatred. It's evil speakers, evil doers, evil feeling people, doing people. Because, when you become a certain age, you got enough sense to break yourself away from, and I've went through certain things, so I know this to be true. Now, this gets on another level. When you done broke yourself away and your past decides it's finna come, and this has happened to women. What's y'all problem out there where she or he leaves you, they break away from that situation, probably for the last time. It shouldn't be a probably. I put that probably in there because why else would that try to follow you? It treated you how it treated you when you was in it. It did you how it did you when you was in it. But why would you try to follow this woman on her job, find out where she stayed, find out what she doing? Why would you do that? It's only to harm her because you was doing the harming when she was in that situation. When two bloodlines come together, I mean, y'all can do all the fornication, they call it, all the spontaneous, what do y'all call it? Casual sex y'all want to out there. But the thing is, with those type of choices, you bringing babies into the picture. See, some of y'all grown and cannot even, you're really not grown. You don't know what the pull-out method is. You don't even know that you deserve. What Cardi B? She say broke N-words don't deserve no such and such. But it's really immature. Y'all be out here having sex with whole immature men. Whole immature women. Okay? We ain't even on the baby part yet if she gets pregnant. You just doing it to folks that's immature. You playing with their mind. You playing with their heart. You playing with their body, bro. And we're wondering why people feel like they can that's another pattern cause. People are literally claiming people as their territory. We ain't horses out here that you can stamp and brand. I'm speaking up for us ladies. I got daughters too. And some of the main ones out here beating on women got daughters. I don't understand it. Boy, but they run into the scene if somebody touch one of theirs. They don't understand. Now, I raised my daughter. She ain't finna be. She know how to weed out this type of man from this type of man. Do she? A woman is a woman. All she know to do is nurture, be compassionate, try to speak life into her man. I'm not saying every woman is 100%, but don't dog her after you been all in the bed with her. You wasn't. I mean, it's stupid. It's stupid, man. My main point, I know these statistics rates is going up, and it's very scary. And I don't plan on personally myself. So the security finna go up. Bodyguards, whatever I need. It's getting so bad. Cause you're not a human to these new age men, or these old men living in the new age. You're not a human. You're territory. You're like an object. They want ownership. And even married, y'all. Did you know this? That's your woman, but that's not you don't own her. If she want to go get a divorce, she can go get a divorce. If that's your girlfriend, you darn sure don't own her. That's just a woman you dating. She don't owe you nothing. That man don't owe you nothing. Is y'all married? Well, that's my baby daddy. I already been through that stage. You can't make a baby daddy do nothing either. You can't make a baby daddy be faithful to you, let alone faithful to his child. These are those domestic violence pattern causes. You know why he don't want to be there for his child, ladies? He don't even know himself. Because a man that know himself, he not finna go abandon his child or that woman. Y'all know what I love about Country Wayne, though? And I'm not saying this for clout or for him to respect me. I don't know the man. He might got a lot of kids out here, but he said this on live interview segments. And it's crazy. He know. And y'all out here questioning a man like Country Wayne. Don't question him. That's a man. That's a man that takes care of his responsibilities all the way around. Let me explain it to you. He be knowing sometimes that the houses, the rent he helped pay for to his baby mamas, he be knowing they have dudes over. He be knowing that they have moved on. He's even to the point where he's moved on. That's why they don't live together. That's why he got so many kids. But I bet you his baby mamas is not struggling for rent money. It's crazy, y'all. I'm not telling you to live your lives like Country Wayne, but if you want to start somewhere with a good example of a man, that's somebody right there. Cause look, how his kid out here in the homeless shelter, how is a man able to take advantage of a woman he's had a child by, when whether that man is there or not, her bills are paid for. These women he had kids by probably have jobs and stuff like that too. He just made it very known and clear, and his kids know it, and his baby mamas know it. If I had a baby father like that, I'd have a lot more respect. I'm not gonna speak on his baby mamas, but it wouldn't be a man in my no. Not because I'm reserving a spot for my baby daddy who has moved on, but because if I'm a date, that man sure can't come up in here unless he doing something. When I say doing something, I'm talking about we on the verge of marriage and all of that. Because there's a whole nother man out here who has planted seed and came together with me and had a baby, who makes sure me and this seed is good. See, if we had more men like that, the door wouldn't be so open to the, what do I call them? I've tried to put this in perspective to y'all. When y'all have babies by a man that walk out on you guys and you move on, that new man, whether he's a good man or not, only time can tell with stuff like that, because he could have been a good man to 5 other women and choose to abuse you, choose to look at you as his territory, choose to run over you a certain way. This how people be constructed up here these days. Okay, so when a man moves on, a woman move on, the door is now open for really anything to come in. Because see, a new man, that's not his child. Russell Wilson, he's another example of a man. Sierra had children before him, but it seems like he came in and took care of them children, and then the new children he had with her, he takes care of all of them and treat them the same. It is what it is. A lot of y'all just immature, and it's crazy. I wouldn't care, but now I do care, because y'all immaturity is killing people. It ain't even like diseases. Y'all ain't letting them make it to 60 years old no more because you're immature. You got a problem with thinking something is yours, your territory. You're even with ownership of something. If you're not invested in that thing, how is that yours? You're not even investing in that child. You might have been the sperm donor. You don't invest in that child future. You don't invest in that child eating every day. You don't invest in the child clothes on their back. You don't even invest in that woman. But that's your baby mama. That's your baby daddy. A lot of y'all feel like, people are property. That's the problem. I don't even look at my kids as property. When I say my kids, these are the babies I birthed. So it'll go as far as responsibility. My responsibility, because when they grown, with some parents, they don't even understand that. They still their property. So they gonna do them however they want to do them. They gonna talk about them, do them however they want to do them, because that's their property. I want to encourage some parents out there tonight too. Like, if you resent your child, go on and give that child up to somebody that can afford to love that child and invest in that child properly. And I don't resent my kids, and I got some pretty messed up baby daddies. It's funny, with the Blue Force, their motto is protect and serve, but really, men, this is y'all job. But the pattern has gotten bad to where women put this stigma on y'all, like their job is to be the provider. You got provider, right? Every woman gonna say that. Provider. I say provider, protect, and serve, because it's like men don't see themselves serving that woman no more. They're like, how is that my purpose? It was never supposed to be her serving you, handing you a plate. These are those patterns. And it's soon, because men have been conditioned this way, if a woman is not serving him this way, see, they don't look at it like some women are, they up to par up here. And if we don't see you serving back either as much or more, why would she put her all into serving you, baby, because you a man? Is you gonna serve her and that child for 18 years if she get pregnant by you? Is he gonna serve your future? That's why I do agree with that meme that says, y'all stop giving wifely privileges to dates. They ain't nothing but dates. What y'all call it? Fun. Stop giving it, because what you go into something doing, they gonna expect you to keep doing it. See, when they leave that date, they going back telling their homeboys everything you told them at that date, everything that's connected to you, everything, because some men is wired like that. What I say, immaturity. This is deeper than like immature, they not taking care of their kids, ladies. Before y'all even had that baby, that man was that type of man. Soon as you laid down with him, you think he didn't go tell his homeboys how the experience was? To me, that's immature. Not because, your sex life should be private, but I say it's immature just in general. You going and speaking on somebody whole what is the word? A sacredness. Clearly that woman trusted you with it, even if she was the lower prostitute and hoe. If I was a man, I don't know, it ain't everybody's business that I went and however that was. If they want to try that, they gonna have to go get it for themselves. But I'm not finna sit here. Men would hate me if I was a man. I'd carry myself, trust me, the same hate I get as a woman, the same despise I get as a woman. Sometimes I do think God know he was doing, because as a man, I would be more hated on out here, okay? And that's another pattern that's a problem out here. The men that's actually sensitive to their women, do their job for their women, serve their women here, baby, let me paint your toes, I'm just giving an example of what serving her might look like, holding the umbrella, opening doors, serving his woman. And I'm not saying every man doing it is everything, but I'm saying what the caliber of man, because men sit here, they will tell you what a woman serving a man should look like. Where's the women that are here speaking so we can break these ill will patterns? Once again, people is losing their lives because either this is not being taught at home early to these babies. I was thinking deeply today, man. With me having daughters, that talk is about to have to come. We've been doing like baby entry segments about things, but this talk is gonna have to come. You're not finna be serving no man that ain't your husband. Not too much. Actually, you can't even drive to him. Like, we're gonna have rules and stuff already established. So that means if he ain't got a car source of transportation, he just can't see you. Hopefully video chat is around, but I wouldn't think he's suitable for you, young daughter, because it's just already a bad sign. Is he expecting you to serve him? Like wifely like duties, and you're just a young lady finding your way in life, still gotta find your purpose and path? Because this is what's going on out here. Why y'all think they like them young? They don't know everything young. These men ain't giving the young ladies time to grow no more. I'm not saying I was ever an advocate of arranged marriages and girls being young, but it does seem odd because a woman is not even fully matured at 14, 15, 16, 17. Even in her early 20s, she not. That's why these weirdos out here chasing babies. They want somebody that can't speak for the fact that they're supposed to be serving them. And I'm talking about highly serving them as a woman. But these babies ain't even women yet. And then they don't know what love is. It's just the attention they getting from me. It's sad, y'all. Because these the same babies that's coming up missing and dead. These the same young women that's coming up missing and dead. Y'all ain't caught on to the domestic violence pattern cause yet. Stop making awareness. Here's the statistics. Here's the cycle. We get that part. When do we start breaking the cycle? When do we start breaking the patterns? When do we start actually protecting the women that are trying to do that? Standing with the women that are trying to do that. Because the stories I done heard out here, y'all turning them away. Y'all doing them dirty than the doozy. If not the same or worse. You doing it's crazy. So some of the women that when they was in that phase or period where they said I'm gonna be independent, I'm gonna do this. What was the support? What did you stand with her against that type of lifestyle? Just ask yourself. So she wouldn't have to be in that type of situation, or maybe you thought it wasn't your responsibility or job, but especially you ladies out there with girls who resent your baby daddy so much, you can't properly teach your daughter and guide your daughter in a way that she don't become you. Go ahead and give her up. It's 2022. You know how many people out here can't have kids and would love to take your spot? Men out here with sons. You resent that son. I ain't gonna say y'all resenting the kids. Y'all are resenting the father so much. Another domestic violence pattern. Y'all hate the father so much. You're treating these children a certain way. A lot of mamas doing it with their sons and they don't even realize it. Because I've heard the stories already. Yeah. And then when the sons get out here hurting women, you know why the mamas be quick to cover it up, ladies? I know. I'm already in the domestic violence groups where we discuss this all the time. I'm talking about the social media groups and stuff. And that's cool. That's out here for ladies to find support. But what I've been seeing is a main discussion topic, popular trending topic lately is how quick these mamas, aunties, sisters is there to defend this type of behavior for their sons. I think the deeper reason of that is, which is a pattern cause. Number one, a lot of the mamas that's there for their sons that get in this type of trouble with women, they went through it. Y'all better start paying attention. Then they knows that it shows like a reflection of them. See, a lot of parents be out here really ashamed of their own children. But ain't nothing to be ashamed of if you didn't have really the time and space to, guide your child from this type of lifestyle because of what you were going through. Why can't people just say that? No, they gonna make the woman look crazy, make her look like she lying, make her feel like her son would never do this, or They don't say nothing at all, but they do open quick. They there to their son rescue every time. And y'all don't want to believe it, but it's men out here that just look at us ladies like objects, no good. And that's weird. They themselves were born of a woman. They wouldn't even be here. So I see now why y'all be calling some people a waste of life, a waste of space. They can call me that all they want to in the back of their mind and heart, but I've been out here sweating blood and tears, not only to prove a point to people, but I'm gonna make sure I'm raising awareness. And whatever come with it, because whatever come with it gotta be better than sitting there staying in them type of situations. It's just time to raise awareness, talk about the pattern causes, and hope that people catch on sooner than later. See, because we live in a society where drama, and it's crazy, y'all, drama is praised. That's why people pull their phones out, record, calling folks on three-way, trying to catch you up in situations and dilemmas. Yeah, that's going on. We talking about domestic violence causes, patterns. It's been crazy, y'all. Like, I'm so protective of my number now. I'm so protective of even my phone calls. I don't feel safe. If I didn't call you and then it's done got bad, like, if you tell me to hold on, I'm going to hang up because I feel like you could be tapping somebody into their phone call. You know, ladies, we got to raise our awareness like this. If you call me, I'm going to feel like somebody else on the other line. So this is why I feel safer literally on phone calls. Calling people. I gotta call you. And then if you do a pause or hold on, somebody on the other line, that's fine. How much time do you need before I call you back? And I can't defeat it all, because then you got speakerphone. You got folks that sit around now. Some of us, we talk on speakerphone because we know the damage having a phone on our ear just 24/7 can cause. The radiation outlet. Folks think you put stuff on speakerphone. It be weird, y'all. Women out here done died for having locks on their phone. And a man was so immature, he couldn't understand that she has a right to do that to her phone, regardless of what your ego says. She got a right to protect her child at all costs when you have already shown her that, you will go periods of years and months because you resent that mama that much. That's what I'm saying, immaturity. You didn't resent her to do whatever in the bed. Y'all men are so immature. Go on and handle your business. Go get that DNA test and take care of your responsibilities. But no, the police done came in and did it. Y'all quick to say women trust the government, we trust housing and all this before our men, especially in the black community. Now they done took y'all name, serve and protect. Cause you're not doing it. You're not doing it in your households. And even if you're not in the household, but you planting seed with that woman, you still not doing it. You're doing something because she don't want to put you on child support. That's about it. It's some of y'all men out there though. Y'all go put yourself on child support because you're gonna make sure that you have rights to your children. You go get you an attorney because you're gonna make sure you have rights and that you're able to, you know what I'm saying, really, really be involved with your child. Y'all out here taking your resentment on the mama and daddy. We talking about domestic violence, part 2, pattern causes. Go ahead and stay on the topic of maturity, because to me it all comes down to that. Remember my segment titled The Power of Growth? Some of y'all ain't even grown. You of age, but you're not grown. Your emotions, your emotional patterns are not grown. They haven't even been dealt with. You ain't had no therapy. You ain't processed the things that's happened to you in life. Therefore, you're making a lot of immature decisions that is costing people their lives. Their very lives. Y'all out here thinking that these women wasn't calling on help before these men took their lives? You're wrong. That's what I'm paying attention to. They be looking in these cases, and these women done reported the same person 20 times in the past 4 years. And everybody's situation different. Whether they moved away, tried to get away from whoop, it's called harassment. Then y'all making these women feel like they gotta have I'm talking about very, very apparent evidence, instead of going ahead and giving her a lifelong protection order against their abusers and stuff like this. You making them have to prove every toenail, every fingerprint type. You know, ain't it costly? Ain't it costly to clean up bodies and go through this? Like, ain't the police tired of these type of calls? Ain't they tired of the fact that the rates went up during a pandemic? We got other things to focus on and try to bounce back from. The pattern causes. Because everybody stays silent. They heard that man. That homeboy heard his homeboy. He's sick in the mind homeboy. He heard him. He ain't gonna tell that woman what he said. What he responds is, hey bro, you tripping, man. It ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. Crazy. He talking about if he got the chance, this what he'll do to his baby mama. She talking about if she had the chance, this what she'll do to her this what she'll do to her cousin. When y'all hear people talking like that, what do y'all do about it? It ain't my business. And then you stay silent. When you see that case come up on the news and her life actually took it, or his life actually took it, you stay silent. There's no witnesses. Y'all don't think this is blood? This is more bloodshed. And I call it innocent because, see, nobody should be out here dying because somebody couldn't control their emotions. They didn't want to fathom living without you. They didn't want to fathom you elevating in life. That's stupid. They didn't want to fathom you figuring a way to take care of that child as a single parent because they didn't want to do their job. They didn't want to fathom you moving on because no matter how much you gave and paid, they was going to keep a tab on your head. Ain't nobody got to live through that type of domestic violence. What's wrong with y'all? If you feel a little bit uncomfortable with a man or a woman, it's time to go. That's how I see it now. Like, somebody show me the slightest bit of rage, like they can't control their anger, it's called a red flag, okay? Y'all got that right as domestic violence counselors out there. Red flag. Because outside of red flag, see, the reason we tell y'all the earlier y'all catch it, the earlier you catch on, the better off you are. This alleviates people getting close to your family, because it's already proven this is what narcissists and abusers do. They begin to manipulate your family members, your cousins, your friends, your associates, and it's like the shit be crazy because the people that they are brainwashing into whatever they're saying about you knew you long before that person came into the picture. This is why your life is going to be much more, especially if you're young, much more worth protecting out here than it ever was before. Yes, police serve and protect, but if you don't remember nothing else off this segment, what I had to say, police serve and protect, but I believe it's supposed to be men in general. You see that old lady walking to the bus stop, she's struggling, get out your car and help her with the kid, because you ain't got to give her a ride, but be a man, get out and serve and protect. You see, boo, you ain't gotta have a badge to do that. Y'all could actually, all these police shootings and killings wouldn't be going on if men was out here really being who they say, they claim they are. And the women ain't no better. Y'all be knowing these men's histories. I'm guilty of it. Just a heart that big. I knew your whole history before I even trusted you. So thank God for growth. Thank God for you know what I'm saying, knowledge. Cause how do you know? I just wanted to believe that bad. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. You ain't got no reason to do that to me. I ain't did nothing to you. They will find reasons, or they came with a motive from the first. They just told you they background story, and it'd be funny to them. Yeah, I told her the whole time what I took another woman through. Or they tell you their version of the story. Ladies, pay attention. You mean to tell me every baby mama you was with, sir, it didn't work out with? every second and third and first wife you had, as much money as you make, it didn't work out? That's a red flag for you. It's a red flag. every relationship story. See, when it's a lot of things that change. First of all, don't be out here telling these men, these women your whole past. It is good to let a person know the current you, the you that you're trying to get to in your future. But see, that can be dangerous. You telling them all the heartbreak you done suffered, all your weaknesses, y'all be trusting people too quick. I did it too, but we gotta stop that. These are domestic violence pattern causes. You trusting them, so you telling them everything, and that be that same stuff they use against you, and they be successful with it. If not, so many women wouldn't be dying. They'd be successful with it. Like, ain't no way. I'm telling y'all right now, when my daughters get older, ain't no way no man can persuade me nothing about my daughter. Boy, who is you? I wouldn't care if you married. Boy, I know the first 18 years of her life. You wouldn't know her. So that means I know what emotionally affects her. I know where she weak. I know where she strong. I know where she need help. I know how she can easily be persuaded. And anybody being persuaded, y'all out here taking the sides. I done heard it for too many women. Y'all out here taking the sides of the abuser. You saw her come over there with that black eye. So these are domestic violence causes. Because y'all love drama, you're really not trying to help these victims. You're not trying to help these victims. It's easier for you to sit back and say it's her fault. How long is this gonna go on? You mean to tell me women is choosing to die? Y'all stupid. And it's time to do better. Women out here choosing to be turned on. One thing about me though, no man can say I ever just been, once I'm through, I don't call his sister and mama. I don't do, ain't nothing wrong with it. Some of y'all keep relationships with your ex-mothers-in-laws, and I don't do that. So my question, I could only hope ain't no ex doing that with me. What you need to stay in contact with my kinfolk for? If you was dogging me, or if you really thought I was that awful, down to having a child with me, why are you still in connection with my kinfolk? And if y'all don't start asking these kind of questions, and because people don't, they too trusting, they need to show the evidence of the text in these women phones. At least a year. Who all was she texting? Who all was she telling in secret this man is weird? Who all was she texting every time she felt the bad vibe? They don't show us that. They just say another woman dead, another woman shot in front of her child, another woman shot on the freeway. This is stupid. And it's problematic. Because without the women, this is just a fact. Without the women, ain't no more babies on the earth. It's like, this is how humans are becoming. Y'all rather this whole earth be destroyed before women are actually protected and served as they deserve to be. Maybe if you start loving them, uplifting them, showing them love. Can you say you did that? No, you just complaining about it's so selfish. People are immature. They want all this love to be cherished, to be praised. But who is they out here giving it to? Who they doing it to? They feel like don't nobody deserve it. If they didn't get it, they just should get it at some period in life. That's crazy. Is love earned? Oh, they running from Christ though. I heard about Christ. This is what I heard. You ain't got to earn it. It's just there. But it's so funny they try to shut that down. Like, no, he ain't real. He ain't. Oh. But y'all turning your head at innocent women and children dying. I say innocent. Because if we was all murdered for one mistake we done made in life, would nobody be hurt? Yeah, I love the Bible. Let him without sin cast the first stone. That mean ain't nobody ever not offended somebody. You offended somebody. They just didn't tell you. People ain't finna stop every time you offend them and let you know you offended them. But they start to deal with you accordingly. They see how you are. And then you got the nerve. That's a narcissist for you. That's an abuser for you. Oh, they cut me off. Anybody ever cut me off? I have. I left them alone. Because if you truly cut me off, I'm talking about I'm blocked. You unreachable. Everybody I ask about you, they not telling me nothing. That's somebody really don't want nothing else to do with me. But it's funny, in my life, and I gotta share my story because women out here dying. In my life, same people swear you just the worst person in the world, all this. Why is y'all still in contact? I'm talking about before 2022. Why did you still deal with me on any, and then can you say from your mouth you have told me, hey, I don't really fool with you. It's been a few, and I respect them. They know who they are if they watching this segment, where they told me out their mouth, like, this is how I feel about you. And guess what? The heart I got, when they told me out their own mouth, like respect supposed to be, I left them alone. And some of them, I got the kind of heart, even though they done spoke to me in this way or whatever, because I'm not here to try to earn nobody love or respect no more when I know crisis is free. And it's better than anything any human can give me. But it's like, that's how I knew. That was when my faith was tested. When I still helped a person that told me X, Y, and Z and what they would do to me if they had the chance. And when they called me for help, I was there. See, I learned a very valuable lesson through these type of scenarios. And I can keep being there, but that's when the level of using you opening the door to that. Y'all check out my book, The Power of No, on Amazon Kindle right now, and screenshot the purchase. When you do get this ebook, you get a free complimentary bookmark from Crown Content Publications. I'm gonna mail it to you, okay? Because I want you to be able to. You can't use a bookmark for an ebook, but you might have some books lying around your house or whatever, you know. And if you're not reading, we totally promote reading. We are publishers. We are authors over here, okay? So it's like, once you open a door for somebody to use you, that becomes dangerous. So at that time, you staying safe because everything they ask you for, you giving it, so they see no reason to harm you. You are a benefit to them. You have become a bag to them, something they can use. Soon as you decide, oh, I'm gonna close this door, I'm learning the power of no. Can I get this? No. Can I have this? No. Can I know this about you? No. Can I know where you're gonna be tomorrow at 6 o'clock? No. Watch how they start acting. Okay? That's why my book, The Power of No, Guide for Entrepreneurs, Entry-Level Entrepreneurs, is important, because it's not just for women, to me, in domestic violence situations. If you don't learn the power of no, even in business, people will do you like that. And you got people in abusive relationships at work. They probably not physically being abused, but they being used. They won't get a pay raise. The managers and stuff is laughing at them at the secret lunch tables behind the scenes. This is abuse, because they using that person for work. They paying them or whatever, but really, you can have a better environment at work. We have another segment about toxic cultural work environments and what it's going to look like. You can't give your best at work for a company, for your own business, if you are dealing with toxicity within it. You can't give your best to a relationship. That's what I don't think abusive men understand. I'm going to be the best woman to you and you're toxic. I can't be the best version of myself and you are draining me with toxicity. You can't be the best man to me if I'm draining you with toxicity. Because this is how toxins literally live in the body if you allow them. And it does get toxic for your organs, for your blood. This is real. And y'all out here talking down. I can deal with words. I actually just respect people who tell me up front, look, I don't like you. If I had the chance, this is what I do. This is how much I don't like you. Because them people I can respect. I can truly say, as a matter of fact, I respect them so much, they still got help from me. Because they was upfront about, their attempts, they words. But sometimes it's the same people in other people's life, that they didn't take heed to the warnings about. A man done sat there and told you on your couch, this is what he would do to you. Threats, all that. And you didn't take it serious. You gave him what he wanted again, so they'll tell you it's a cycle. Honeymoon phase, you gave him what he wanted again, so now he good until he's irritated and quick-tempered about something else. The pattern started because obviously mama, grandma, auntie, somebody gave that young son, that young man, everything he wanted and met his quota, set the standard up here. So guess what, ladies? When you do that to your son, you might as well keep him at home with you. This could break a pattern to women getting killed out here. Y'all think these sons can't do no wrong. But keep him at home with you so that you can keep making him happy, okay? You don't care to teach him that he has to be a man. He is born to serve and protect women in this world. Y'all teaching him the opposite. You my diamond. You my star. Okay, keep him at home with you. Y'all be knowing these men is freely out here messing over women. And then you there to back them up through it. Well, yeah, it must have been something wrong with her if she couldn't take care of you like I do. Okay, you can have them back, ma'am. Because, I don't know, y'all. I really can't get too deep because I don't have a son. But I would think as much as I spoil him and let him know I love him as a woman, that I would never try to, treat him. I'm going to show him the love of a woman, I guess, because that would be healthy. But he would definitely need to recognize the difference between the love of a mother and the love of a sister, a love of an aunt, all of this, because these are women. And then what he should probably look for in a woman if she truly loves him, because it might not look like mother. Mother might walk on eggshells with you. Some of y'all women out here, she not like that, and you can't handle it. So you go get a more, I ain't gonna call it immature, but meek woman. Somebody so sweet, kind, and hard, look over everything, so you can get what you want. That's not serving and protecting that woman. That's trying to get her to cater to your every need. And you really expect everybody around you to believe she doing something to you. That's abuse, y'all. And y'all out here advocating that. You sat there and heard what that man said when she wasn't there. You heard what he said, what he called her, it was abuse. Because she's probably out here really giving her all her emotions, all of that to that man. Bought him a bird. I don't know why I brought that up. I went back thinking about stuff. Yeah, man. I say that because buying people birds to me is not helping them. But if you're not my man no more and you needed $5 for a bird, that says a lot in itself anyway. But this the type of person I was, I come through, because you going through so much you need a bird. Whatever. I literally already been on that level. And these the same people swear you done did them wrong. They don't tell the true story, so that's an abuser for you. Somebody needed, you helped them, but they not gonna tell their side of the story. Y'all other ones doing videos on this talking about chosen ones. I don't have to go there. If this is what happened to chosen people, it's what happened to chosen people. But I definitely have my stories of people I done helped too, but they only gonna tell the side when they was there for you. That's abuse. If y'all didn't know it, and these are domestic violence cycle pattern causes, and women is losing their lives behind it. I'm fighting not to be one. All I know is I'm a young woman. Anything else is dead. If I'm handling my business staying out of people's way, who got the problem here? I ain't blowing up nobody's phone. I ain't, Okay, if that's my spouse, that's a different story, don't y'all think? And then if I see my spouse is not, he done showed me over and over again, look, this is how I feel about you, and it's not the way a spouse is supposed to feel, then I done caught on. These be the same people though, y'all, I promise. You did them wrong. What it is, they want to be justified in who they are instead of changing. Not just spouses, boyfriends, whoever it is, keeping these domestic violence pattern causes going. Instead of being mature and saying, look, I do got a problem, because how could I channel my fear, my pain, my anger on you, and you did nothing but help me. Facts are facts. This is why I keep receipts, I keep records, I keep summaries, not personally with me, they're also on record other places, okay? All I gotta do is call these companies who I paid the money to. They're gonna be able to pull up records. Okay, so ain't nobody gotta lie about nothing, but it's just like, you win some, you lose some, but at some point, You know better, you do better too. I'm not one of those gonna say y'all stupid and all of that. I know people will brainwash, manipulate, all that. Play like this, giggle in your face, and they giggling behind your back too. Y'all don't see the domestic violence pattern calls? If they will giggle behind your back, and this what abusers don't see either, because most of the people that support them gotta be abusers deep down inside too. The people that is laughing with you about somebody that's helping you, they not no good. They not no good. They laughing because they got that in them too, or they the type to go talk about you and how you doing your help, how you doing your own kinfolk, how you doing your own wife or husband, how you doing your own daughter. I can guarantee you they talking about that to somebody. This how dumb people don't understand patterns to me. And I don't think nobody likes the thought of somebody they trust. That's my point. Somebody they think they can laugh and have drinks with, talking about them elsewhere. What I start this segment off saying, all that talking is getting people killed out here, y'all. Because it's truth and jokes. They laughing, but they really, really mad. They really, really hate you. They really, really, yeah. It got to the point I had to go buy me protection. I was never a shooter. Just to show people, like, look, now, I will go the extra mile to protect myself. I'm not, what Tupac say? I'm not that, but don't test me, don't push me. Because I might not feel like your reason deep in your immature heart and mind is a reason for me to lose my life early. I might not feel like that with you. Sorry. That's when we don't see eye to eye no more. No, nobody deserves to die because you are immature in your emotions. You don't know how to process them. And then you don't have nobody in your environment to help you do it. They co-signing to the mess that's in you. I either stay out of stuff, or I'm going to give you advice that I see really helping you. Really, really probably helping your situation. Really probably helping your viewpoint on the whole situation. That way you're not looking at it immaturely. See, if you don't have friends like that, and that's probably why I don't have many, people don't like the friend that's going to tell you the mature point of view. Like, look, that girl don't owe you nothing. That man really don't, even when he marry you, what he owe you? It's 2022. Y'all better ask the ladies, like I said, in the earlier generations than us ladies. These ladies have already perceived that this man will marry them, have kids in the house, have kids out there. Like, this is who men have chosen to. Like I said, it'd be nice if they was the serve, protect version of men. They the provider, so I'm going to do whatever I want to do type men. That has become a problem. It has weakened the society of men. Okay? Because to me, if you willing just to be the you know, because I can provide for myself. They'll come to attack that now. That's the number one thing about an abuser. They don't really have grip on you like that when you need them. So yes, they're gonna try to keep you down here, y'all. It's crazy. They're gonna try to keep you looking this way, feeling this way, having other people. What's this? When they can't control who you are, they're gonna try to control how people see you. Not knowing people still may get to the point where they get to know you for themselves, get to know your past. You showing them the blueprint, facts. You got witnesses. People get to know you for. Don't come tell me about nobody. And anything I know about somebody, I saw it myself. And people will try to come in your life and tell you this didn't happen with you and that person. Was you there? Was you on that phone conversation when they was manipulating me? That they was going to come home and do better? When I let them in the door, was you there? Yeah, because had you heard it, you might have been convinced too. But you're not finna sit here and tell me how that man didn't keep his word, how that woman didn't keep her word. I kept my end of the deal. Plus some with a lot of people. So this is how domestic violent patterns causes You know what a pattern is? You just keep doing the same thing. Even when you die and pass on, same thing going through your kids, same thing. A lot of y'all don't. You say you love yourself. If you don't love yourself down to your bloodline and what's going to be happening in the bloodline of your family when you leave her, you really don't love yourself. If you don't think about the karma that you are bringing to the bloodline of your children, your grandchildren, because maybe your actions are affecting your family. They're affecting the ones, whether you love them or not, because they're in your bloodline. What I tell y'all about the bloodlines at the beginning of the segment, it's a pattern. I could talk about this all day too. So this is part 2. But I guess we got to get a part 3 in, because I'm not finna wait till the month of domestic violence awareness month to start speaking about how bad this has gotten out here. Once again, domestic, the definition of it is something you are familiar with, very familiar with, a relationship that you had close ties with, okay? Close ties with. So things have gotten crafty out here. Because you are close to people, they're going to... Just look at Selena's story. Young Dolph, y'all keep hearing me bring up them too. They trusted people that shouldn't have been trusted. Immature, emotional people who had it plotted in their whole, hey, if I ever get the opportunity, this is what I'm going to do to them. And it ain't no good stuff. But, you know, and it shows. Just listen to how people talk about a person. And y'all out here laughing and giggling with them. What did I say? This is a pattern. You not know better than the person. Well, I don't hit women. But you just laugh with your homeboy who just told you he beat his girl up last night. How is you better than him? I wouldn't trust a man that sat there and laughed at you and laughed with you about the stupidity that you are on. If it ain't about serving and protecting women, and that's called simp. I wouldn't care. You know, it's stupid, y'all. People just immature to me. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to another segment with Crown Content Publications Services family. We're publishing and marketing meet. Until next time, y'all know what to do. Give this video a like and subscribe. I'm gonna just speak on those things. We don't look for popularity. We about authenticity, because that's what saves lives. Y'all put y'all whole trust in the protect and serve Blue Force. When men were supposed to protect. See, that's unnatural. Men, y'all supposed to be protecting and serving. That's unnatural. You've left it into the hands of the woman. So when unnatural occurrences begin to happen, don't look at it strange. Now she has more on her plate. She's the protector. She's the server. But she gonna be more strategic of who she's doing that for. Right? She's a woman. She ain't no man. She wasn't even created to do that. That's the nurturer. That's the comforter. That's the feel good. That's the shoulder you cry on. But you have turned her into the server and protector. But now she's this, she's that, she's a narcissist. I'm sorry if it looks that way, but I gotta have control over my life. And if that means alleviating you, that's just what that is. Thank y'all for tuning in.